Hey everyone, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm really excited to share a luxurious spin on a tiny house I made today. It's actually an A-frame and I really love how it came out. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to say thank you to Disney Emoji Blitz for sponsoring today's video. You can go ahead and download the game for free right now using the link in my description down below. I am also still hosting a giveaway for a pack of your choice from The Sims 4, so make sure you stay tuned on how to enter. Disney Emoji Blitz is actually a longtime supporter of the channel. Their game is so much fun and I really enjoy working with them. It is a match 3 game, unlike any other match 3 game on the market. Each emoji has its own unique power up and you get to choose which ones to use, which offers a strong layer of strategy to every single game that you play. And there are so many emojis to choose from with a deep collection of Star Wars, Pixar, Disney characters, and there's new ones being added every week and month. Plus there's emojis in various categories including silver, gold, and rainbow exclusives, plus story and villain characters. I think my favorite emoji right now is Baby Simba. He's just such a cutie. I mean, like, how could you not love him? Also, all of the emojis you earn in game, you can actually use in a special keyboard to text to your friends, which is a lot of fun. And exclusively for this video, if you download using the link in my description down below, 3 random players will receive the following emojis: Meg, Aurora, Cinderella, and Tiana. That link also acts as a creator code, so anything you spend in game goes to help to support me and my channel, so thank you so much for that. And I also mentioned a giveaway, so if you are interested in entering, all you need to do is download Disney Emoji Blitz using the link in my description down below. Get to level 20 in the game, screenshot that and reply to my pinned tweet over on Twitter. My name is Miss Gryphi over there. If you are already past level 20, you can still enter. All you have to do then is screenshot yourself at whatever level you are currently at, gain an additional 5 levels, screenshot that and submit both of those, and you are also entered to win. This giveaway is ending in about 2 weeks now, so make sure you enter before then, and best of luck to everyone. Thank you so much to Disney Emoji Blitz for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get into that luxurious A-frame tiny house. Okay, so I wanted to build this in the world of Glimmerbrook, which is the world that came with the Realm of Magic game pack, and I don't build here very often. It's a really pretty world though. It's super foresty, it's very lush and green, and I thought an A-frame would look really nice here. I did want to keep this on the smaller side. It's not a micro home, but it is still a tiny house, and it doesn't have a ton of interior space, but I wanted to try and make it as like high-end and like nice as possible. Plus I wanted to have some like glass roofs and a hot tub outside, and I just wanted it to be really nice and modern, and I think it feels pretty luxurious even though it is a tiny home. So let me know what you do think of this when it is finished, but for right now we're just working on the front deck here. It ends up being like wrapping around the side. You can walk up onto a side deck, which is where the hot tub is going to end up being, and I'm playing around with the glass roofs now, which ends up being kind of like a little sitting area. I guess it could sort of be a living space, but it's just like a sitting area in that glass roof when we get to the inside. I think it comes out really cute in the end. And like the whole interior is pretty much one room with the exception of the bathroom and the sitting space. So the bedroom space is sort of like in the same area. It's a really small home, but I love that. I love me a good tiny house, a good installment of the squish. Anyway, this is going to be that side deck I had mentioned before, which is up on a platform, and that's going to be where the hot tub ends up going. I think I end up adding a barbecue out here as well, if I'm remembering correctly. I guess we'll have to wait and see when we get to that part, but I know there's a hot tub out there, and that was a like top of my priority list when I wanted to do something like this, because I was thinking someplace in the woods and this cute little A-frame, and for some reason I just associate that with a hot tub. I don't know why, but I thought that that would look really nice. So that's what we ended up doing here, and I'm just figuring out the fencing. I end up using a combination of half walls and this fence from Snowy Escape in this light brown swatch. I think it looks really nice in the end. The fence that I started using though from Get to Work, the more like industrial one, I think that would have looked really nice here as well. It's just not what I ended up going with in the end. But there is that hot tub. I really wanted to make the deck like the exact size of the hot tub so it really fit in there snugly, like it was sort of built in, and there wasn't a bunch of extra space around it since I was trying to make this look pretty tiny. And I also got to use one of my favorite wallpapers in the game, which is this wood one from Eco Lifestyle. There's a lot of black on the outside, but I ended up using some of this wood as well, which I think is a beautiful accent piece. I also used it on the half walls, and I just think it looks really nice. I also ended up pulling this little roof piece over so the hot tub area is covered, and I added a couple of decorative like fences up on the roof as well. I just wanted to make this as detailed and like pretty as possible. Just adding a little planter under this little window. I also have this one area on the deck that has some grass flooring on it because I was thinking that could be like a planter, and we ended up putting like a bush up there at some point. But right now I'm starting to work on the landscaping, and I decided to use these really big trees that actually came with Outdoor Retreat, I'm pretty sure, because, you know, that's a very foresty world as well, and there's some beautiful stuff with that. I also got some rocks and just like lots of greenery. I didn't want this to look too overgrown, but I wanted it to look like somewhat manicured and somewhat like foresty and like just natural. So I don't know if I got that or not, but I wanted it to be like an in-between between those two ideas, because I think it looks beautiful to have like just nature naturally happening around you, but I didn't want it to look too messy. So I do have some grass that's like growing through the pathway that I'm going to be creating here using the debug grass items that came with the cottage living expansion pack. And I also end up using some trees from that as well, because the debug from that pack is by far like the best one in the game. Oh, and of course I had to use the toddler lights. They're just so pretty, and I feel like they just worked nicely for a little cabin like this. I'm trying to remember. I think I set this as just like a regular house. It might be a tiny house, it might be a regular house, but I don't think I set it as a vacation home. But I could definitely see this being a rental if you prefer to have it that way. But if you do decide to download this and use it as a regular house, it comes in at 31,552 simoleons, and you can find it under my origin ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You could also find it under the hashtag Miss Gryphi, and that information will also be in the description down below as well. But here's the pathway I'm creating from the house to like the little road area. And I am once again using these little stones that come with base game and debug. They're just so nice. I really wish we had more things like this so we could have a little bit more variety in what we place down, but I do really like these and I kind of overuse them. I'm sure you've noticed if you've seen any of my videos, but they're so pretty. And then I'm just getting some more greenery and playing around with terrain paint and just trying to make this like look a little bit natural and have that vibe I was mentioning where it's slightly overgrown, but not in a messy way. I think it looks super magical. Oh yeah, I also ended up adding this hot spring. I just thought it would be a really cool thing to have in this area for your Sims to go and like soak in the water, and it's surrounded by rocks. So that's in the front yard as well, which is really fun. There's a bunch of areas for your Sims to just like hang out in the water. I kind of love that. I would love to come here. And then we're working on the layout, which actually comes together really simply since it's just a separate bathroom. It's a 3x1. That's like one of my standard tiny home bathroom sizes. And then we have a wraparound kitchen right in this area when you first walk in. And then that archway is going to be into that sitting space. In here, I end up having a mini fridge. Do we add a microwave on top? I feel like I thought about it. I don't remember if that's what we added though. I don't think so. I think we have a stove, a mini fridge, and a sink, and we put some like decorations on top of the mini fridge. I just like messed around forever with the layout in here, and I know the oven is right next to the fridge. I get comments about that all the time about like in real life they'd have to work harder to stay cold when it's next to an oven, but I know it's placed like that a lot in real life. I've experienced it, and it's The Sims, so it doesn't matter, and I think the layout worked really well that way, so that's what I ended up doing. And then off to this side is going to be where the bedroom is. I ended up using this bed from Seasons, which is one of my favorites. And I just really liked how the purple and blue bedspread here paired with the wood flooring I picked out. I just thought they complemented each other really nicely. So I ended up using that and kind of playing off of that to add a little bit more color to the space. I also used some beautiful hanging plants. And actually, I just used a few plants from the Blooming Room kits in general. I have like the little orange tree in the sitting area. I have another potted one out on the front porch, the hanging plant, of course. And then I ended up using this little table from City Living over in the entryway. So there's actually quite a lot of space in here. There's a place to sit. There is a bed area. There's no proper couch, but you can just sit on the bed and watch TV. I end up having a TV area over here. I made a really like simple, modern looking TV like stand here, using a shelf and a couple of these wall dividers or like wall decorations from Snowy Escape. I also put a bookshelf up there. That little book item from Tiny Living acts as a bookshelf, so your Sims can click on it and you can pick out a book to read. And then we are working on the bathroom. I had to shove the toilet very close against the wall because for the layout I wanted for the bedroom, I needed to put the door over on this side, but this is pretty standard otherwise for my 3-tile bathrooms where I have the shower in the middle and then the sink on one side, the toilet on the other. I think it came out pretty cute. And then outside, I'm adding this little ottoman that has like some lotions and towels on it, and also a couple of rugs out here to make it a little bit more cozy. And oh yeah, I added this like little bench, which I think is so pretty. It's a base game item we got a couple of years ago as part of an update, and I just feel like it matched perfectly with the colors I was using, and I got some wall-mounted plants as well as some lighting. I don't think I actually ended up adding a barbecue out here, but that's okay. I don't think there would have been enough room or a necessity to have that. I really like the space we have inside for cooking anyway, and then I'm just getting a couple more plants, both decorative ones and like the pot plants, so you can go ahead and plant your own. Or I said that wrong. Plants are not a pot plant. I think you understand what I meant. And then I got a little dresser here right next to the bed, as well as another plant because I can never add too many. A little mirror so your Sims can go ahead and check out their outfits, plan things, all of that. And a lamp as well. And I should be getting, another fluffy rug. Just trying to make it super cozy in here. I really like the colors I went for. Like I had mentioned, I love the blue wall. I just think it looks so nice. And I ended up grabbing a painting from Fitness Stuff over here that is like of mountains and trees. And I just think that was gorgeous and perfect for the area that I am building this house in. And I had to use my favorite cutting boards and my favorite little plant in the kitchen. But I think it's nice because it's actually on a shelf, not on the counter for once. So I thought it was a little bit different. And then I'm just getting a couple more decorations, more clutter in this space. I ended up getting these plates and these little teas. I don't think I ended up keeping I did keep the paper towels in the end. They're just on top of the mini fridge instead. I'm trying to think what else I put on top of the mini fridge. We're going to find out together because I know I cluttered it up more in here. Oh yeah, these little jars from Cottage Living. I really like those because I'm so glad that they have a simple shape that can go with so many different styles of builds. They weren't like too cottagey, I suppose. There's some really fun swatches on them for your builds that are a little bit more that style, that have like the different like fruits and stuff on them. But I like that a lot of them are more neutral and very easy to use. Anyway, I got another plant over here. We have a laptop on the table so your Sims can go ahead and use the computer. A really fun clock that came with vintage glamour, a bowl of fruit, and, a place to pick out your umbrella if you want to go for a walk in the rain. And a coat rack. All of the last minute little decorations that I felt like we needed in this space. But that's pretty much it for this build. I adore how this came out. I really hope you all like it as well. If you do, like I said, the download information is in the description down below. And of course, if you liked this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. That really does help me out. You can also subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications to be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.